I'm Jesse and this is American Beef Ranch. Thanks for coming by today. Today it's we got a little bit of snow last night, right here at the end of February. We gotta go feed some cows. But first, before I feed cows, we gotta take care and feed some horses first. So let's get to it. Hay every way. Last but certainly not least, we can't forget about our favorite Red Angus heifer Faye and her bull calf. Go ahead, we can show you Faye and her Red Angus bull calf. So here's Faye. How you doing, Faye? Good morning. You were the star of 2 videos in a row. She has a bull calf. Can't see him right now. What do you guys think we should name the bull calf? Put that in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're not subscribed, and let's go feed hay in the winter like we shouldn't be doing. Now, we're in the pickup and we're headed down here to the pickup and trailer where there's hay. My mom and my stepdad are out of town in Mexico. We're going down here to feed their cows. So this is something that on American Beef Ranch we're trying to get away from. That's feeding hay in the winter, or feeding as little as possible. And I think there's 2 ways you can think about hay. The first way I think you could think about hay is if you're building your soil and you're bringing hay in. So you're bringing hay in to help build biomass and bring carbon to your farm, and you're helping those regenerative processes build and start. But that's not the way that we're feeding hay today. The way that we're feeding hay today is the classic way of feeding hay. The way hay's been fed for 40 years or more, probably longer. So we have one field that's been continually grazed for the past 20 years. And at the end of the grazing season, there's no extra grass, there's no stockpiled forage. And then we have a 40-acre hay field, and that 40-acre hay field is cut, and some of it's sold, and a lot of it's kept, to the point that when you look at the numbers on this place, it's hard to even break even. So here's our feed rig today. We got the 925 Chevy, we got the old school flatbed trailer, and we got some 4x4 large square bales. So when I baled these, because I did bale all this hay, my length adjustment on my baler screwed up. So as you can see, this is a 10-foot bale. They're only supposed to be about 8 foot. So we're only going to feed 1 bale today. We're going to feed this guy. Looks like this is a good mix of alfalfa and grass. Looks like it may have been a little dry when I baled it, which is pretty common on first cutting. You get around to some of this other stuff. If you look in here at this hay, this is some really nice orchard grass alfalfa hay. It really is good hay. So there is that. At least we're feeding the animals good hay. We're not feeding them junk hay. So I guess we're gonna get in the truck and hopefully it starts. Let's go, Zam. Come on. Got Zam with me today. Come on, Chevy. Notice it doesn't start with a key. Come on, baby. Almost. Come on. Oh yeah. Gonna let it warm up, and then once we get out to the cows, we'll feed them. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Okay, we made it over here. Made it over here to where we're gonna feed, and as you can see, the cattle are coming. Those cattle are coming. So obviously this is a pretty simple task, guys. It's really not that hard. We flip out our knife, come over here, cut these strings, hay falls down, which is not ideal to have this much hay in one spot, but you can't win them all. And we'd like to pull these strings out, you know, but we'll see how that goes too. Try to. Still pretty good hay on the inside though. It's dry, but it's still a lot of orchard grass, alfalfa. A lot of orchard grass in this bale. Still nice hay though. So I tied it in a square knot here to hopefully pull it out of the way. Look at these calves. A lot of these calves are going to end up being butchered for American Beef Ranch and be on the website in 2024. We got some nice little red heifers here. Cows are looking good. You see they're pretty calm. I mean, the young ones are a little flighty. Everybody's a little flighty, but they're not bad. But here's the cows. Good looking set of cows. So this is the basis of basically 15 years of grass-fed genetics that my grandpa did. So I don't know exactly how they do this, but I think they just put it in gear. That's usually, if you feed by yourself, you just kind of put it in gear and it just kind of take off on its own after a little gas. May have to get her going here. Like I said, now it's just rolling, so I can come back here and flake this stuff off. Just start pushing it off a little bit at a time, getting it spread out. Hopefully the truck keeps rolling. Come on. This is one reason that, like, the market kind of deal here stinks. When you have to feed hay to your cows out here like this, it'd be really awesome to have round bales because they're really easy to feed and roll out. I mean, you can roll them out with a four-wheeler, but because of our market here demands large square bales. So any hay you sell or anything like that has got to be a large square bale. And unfortunately, that's what you have to buy. I mean, it's hard to afford 2 balers. It's hard to afford 1 baler right now. So, something you got to think about. But you see, we're just spread it out little by little. Hopefully the truck keeps rolling. I don't recommend this. It's, you know, it's dangerous to let the truck roll and jump on the moving trailer and all those other things. But you got to do what you got to do to feed animals. But hopefully, the moral of this story is that with winter grazing and stockpiling forage, we hopefully will reduce this amount of feeding we have to do to almost none. Or at least I'd like to get under 30 days. My goal the first year, so this summer into fall and winter, you know, into this next winter, is I want to be able to only have to feed 30 days. That's it. Like, get it down to where you graze, you know, and learn it, because I've never done it before, and figure out, you know, how to get down to 30 days of, or less, of feeding. Yeah. Good workout. Not really. I've just been sitting inside of my butt. Oh, come on. And there we go. Hay is all spread out. Pretty good spread. The cows should all be able to get in there and get some feed, and I was able to keep all my twine. And unfortunately, that stuff's not really recyclable. That'll be what's interesting. What I'd like to see is somebody create a twine that's biodegradable, that you know, because that's just plastic. I mean, twine's plastic, hay net's plastic, all that stuff is just plastic. So if you could find a twine, either a plastic that we could recycle because it's everywhere, or a biodegradable. Maybe I was thinking the other day, because they have a new hemp factory, maybe make a hemp twine, but I don't know. So I guess let's go park the pickup, and we have a few things to discuss. Okay, enough talking, enough messing around. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. So I mentioned earlier about how feeding the cows here on this property and the way it's set up is just not super profitable, and how on our stuff over here, when we get some cows and stuff like that, we're going to try to do it differently. The reason is because of profitability mostly. Most of the market, and Zam, come on, Zam, come on. Most of the market is completely based off of, you know, buying hay and then feeding that hay over the winter. So here's where you can take advantage if you grow your own hay. Now, if you grow your own hay, the more you can sell, the better it's gonna be, because that's more, you know, that's more profit that you can add to your bottom line. What in the heck is going on here? I think I got it right. Maybe. Ugh. Maybe I need more leverage. These old wire gates can be really awesome, but really suck. Got that one done. Anyway, the more hay you can sell, obviously, the more profit you can make. So, number one, it behooves you to go ahead and figure out a way to feed your cows less hay. That's number one. You can sell more hay. Number two, if you have to buy hay and all you do is graze cattle, it behooves you to figure out a way to not feed, or feed as little hay as possible, because it helps you save money. Now, make more money, but save more money. So there's two aspects. You can save money by not feeding hay and buying hay, and you can make more money if you grow your own hay, because you're able to sell more hay. Also, there's other factors that come into play. So we could dive off into soil health. Okay, so continuing grazing and not having any stockpiled forage throughout the winter, and just beating the ground down to the point where there's no forage anymore, detrimental to the ground, ruins soil organic matter, if I could speak, and basically soil health is destroyed, right? So there's that aspect also that you could think about. And really, it comes down to profitability, right? Ranchers complain and struggle and say, you know, we don't make enough money, the markets are screwed up, blah, 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 blah. Well, the ranchers have kind of made the market that way a little bit, and maybe influence that because they continue to buy into the marketing and the market as it is. You are the one that makes the choices on your property. You have the ability to change your management style to make more money, to be more profitable. You know, I think the most exciting thing about rotational grazing and high impact animal grazing and things like that is the ability to stock more animals. And it's also, sorry, the camera cut out. What I was saying is, it's nice to know that with rotational grazing, intensive grazing, and all those things that we've talked about, regenerative agricultures, we're able to increase our stocking rate on cattle ranch operations. But also knowing that those animals that we increase our stocking rate with are very high quality, because they have to survive under feed quality that's not quite as high as it could be, but they get it all the time. And also they have to compete for forage. So those animals that make it into your herd after you cull out the bad ones are going to be really high quality animals. They're going to be able to survive on less and less feed. You do that over and over again for 10 years, and then you have a herd that's in the top 1% of the country, I would imagine. Anyway, guys, make sure you don't feed yourself out of profitability. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and all that stuff. We'll see you next time.